The UK has sent search and rescue specialists to Turkey as the government pledges funding for support in Syria.
Here, police say they remain open to new information about missing woman Nicola Bulley as the search enters its 12th day.
Explain yourselves. That's the message from the government to energy suppliers who've been forcing customers onto prepayment meters. At midnight, their deadline passed. We look at what comes next.
There was no Hollywood ending for Wrexham in the FA Cup as the Blades proved too sharp in another all-action affair. Sheffield United through after 2 late goals.
And we will be live with Rylan Clark, Emma Willis and Oti Mabuse as they set off on the challenge of a lifetime for Red Nose Day.
That's the front pages of some of the morning's newspapers now. And we'll start with the front page of The Eye, which focuses on the earthquake in Turkey and on the race to find any survivors. The Times also leads with the disaster and that picture of the little baby pulled from the rubble in Syria. Their headline, Life and Death Under the Ruins. The Guardian reports on the minimum 30-year sentence given to the rapist, former Metropolitan Police officer David Carrick. While the Metro quotes Home Secretary Suella Braverman describing Carrick as a scar on our police. The Telegraph says there are already calls to review Carrick's sentence by people who say it has been too lenient. The Financial Times reports on the cabinet reshuffle and the Whitehall shake-up that Mari was just telling us about, while the Daily Mirror reacts to BP's record profits along with further coverage of the earthquake. The Express has details of an apparent murder-suicide in which the head teacher of a private school was killed. And the Daily Mail claims the Church of England is going to debate whether to stop referring to God as He. While The Sun looks at the return of a classic British sitcom. And The Star claims 42% of people can't remember the last time they laughed. Well, if you want to see any of those front pages again and read the stories attached, scan the QR code on your screen. It's going to take you to our website where you'll find our press review.
Shall we? And lots of them continuing to lead, of course, on those devastating scenes from the earthquake that's hit Turkey and Syria.
The Times says life and death under the ruins as it reports the continuing search for survivors in the rubble. The paper says more than 20,000 people are feared to have been killed. Really striking picture of that baby that was pulled from the wreckage.
Yeah, the Telegraph leading on the sentencing yesterday of the former Met police officer and serial rapist David Carrick, who's going to serve a minimum of 30 years in prison. The paper saying that that sentence is already under review after the Attorney General was inundated with complaints that it was too lenient.
The Daily Mirror says all giant BP has sparked outrage after it announced record profits of £23 billion, as we reported on the programme yesterday.
And The Sun going with that story we just mentioned, that the sitcom Fawlty Towers is set to return 44 years after it ended.